most precious endeavors. As you can see, there is a hashtag, cervical cancer मुक्त पंजाब. So फुलकारी विमेन ऑफ जलंधर ने हाथ मिलाया है फुलकारी विमेन ऑफ अमृतसर के साथ. ये सोचिए कि पंजाब पहला स्टेट इंडिया में बनेगा जो सर्विकल कैंसर मुक्त रहेगा. And why this? Why have we chosen this? Because just like man announced right now, cervical cancer ही एक ऐसा कैंसर है जो प्रिवेंट किया जा सकता है. And also it is the only cancer that can be cured if detected on time. So imagine that. Because when we hear this word, we all get very scared when we hear the word cancer, right? So I'm going to dive into some more information about us. Like I said, that's our mission. And we invite all of you to join hands with us today. Become volunteers with us. Be the first school in Fagwada that starts talking about this, telling the children, telling their families that this is very, very important. The information we share with you. We'd love to join hands with you, ma'am, in creating some literature. We can circulate it to the students. I think it will start from you. Because I know I am in the teaching profession myself. I know how much our students look up to us. So I think anything you say will definitely be ingrained in their minds. Right? And we have been working since 2018. We have held many more screening camps. This is actually just old statistic of ours. So we are almost touching the 189th cervical camp awareness talk today. And we have been also applauded by the World Health Organization for the amount of efforts we are putting here in our state. So let's start with this very, very simple question. What does cancer mean to you? Can anyone just come up with a single word?
Uncontrolled growth of cells.
Oh, fantastic. Definitely. A controlled growth of cells that takes over either an organ or the entire body and can be fatal. Right? And of course, there's an emotion also that comes in when we think of cancer.
Fear.
Yes, absolutely. We fear this word because we all know that there is actually no true cure as yet available for many types of cancers, right? So of course we know that it affects people of all age groups, nationalities. Cancer कोई भी caste, कोई भी border नहीं देखता. It can be anywhere amongst any community. And can I just get this to be So these are the most common cancers and we're talking about the prevalence in India. And if we look at men, it's oral cancer, lung cancer or stomach cancer. The highest statistic is here. For women, it's breast cancer, cervical cancer, what we are about to talk here, and ovarian cancer. And of course, these are a few warning signs. Now, this is not to just make anyone paranoid. It is not कि हर मोल हमारी बॉडी पे कैंसरस होता है. It is not कि हर lingering cough cancerous होती है. This is just to tell us that if things like this happen, we need to be vigilant. Why are we here talking about this? Because I think it's a great initiative by the school because the well-being of the people who contribute to this organization is very, very important. And that's why we are talking about this. And awareness can lead to a lot of prevention in the future. So, अगर हमें कभी भी दिखे that हमारे bowel और bladder movements में कुछ habits में कुछ changes आ रहे हैं for a consistent period of time. Of course, with varied routines, varied diets, a lot of things can go up down. Varied weather conditions in our country, things can go up down. But we are talking about something consistent, जो ठीक नहीं लग रहा, and then definitely we must take note of it. As we all know, a sore that does not heal. Again, I repeat, not every mole is cancerous. But if something changes its color, if something is not looking right on our body, we must take note of it. And that is where we have to be vigilant. Any unusual bleeding or discharge can be a cause of cancer. A thickening lump in the breast, in the testicles or elsewhere, anywhere in the body, you know, and these organs that we mentioned, it could be an indication of cancer. And of course, many times things we get checked are absolutely harmless. But getting that checkup is what we are here for. Indigestion or difficulty in swallowing, you know, and again I repeat, weather is changing, we're all going to go through some sort of indigestion or the other. Throats are going to, go a bit under and a bit huskiness, all those things. But we're talking about prolonged conditions. So that's where we take note. And we must start really being vigilant about this. And then of course, any obvious change in size, color, shape of a wart, a mole, or even a mouth sore, that's not healed. Blisters, arm blisters hote hain, but something that is not getting healed, we must take note of it. And I think sometimes we get so caught up in life that we ignore some things that need to be taken care of. And again, what we are here as a team to talk about is timely detection. That only happens when we remain vigilant. And I think the biggest gift we give to ourselves is ourselves, right? Healthy as can be. The last one, nagging cough or hoarseness. Moving forward, preventive measures for cancer. Now we are not saying these things cure cancer. All we are saying is, God forbid, if something cancerous does enter our body needs to have a healthy immune system to fight it. And these are the things that build up to a very healthy body. And that's what we are going to talk about. Of course, we say stop smoking. One of my colleagues yesterday at another presentation was saying, ज़्यादा करते हैं तो कम कर दीजिए, कम करते हैं तो बिल्कुल ही खत्म कर दीजिए smoking. Avoid excessive sun exposure. A few hours of the day is okay when we know that the UV rays is not harmful, but a few hours can be harmful. And at that point, coverage is very important. It could be clothing or it could be some sort of sunscreen. That's very important. Eating a balanced and healthy diet. And this is what we are trying to imbibe in our students. Because if we start now, we build a very strong immune system. And that in the future can help fight anything that may enter our bodies or our environment. Exercise. ना ज़्यादा पतले होना, ना ज़्यादा overweight. इन दोनों चीज़ों को मैनेज करना है. And drinking alcohol in moderation. If you do choose to drink, schedule your screening tests regularly is what we are here to talk about. This is what we are passionate about, and we think it's very important that everybody is informed about it. And ask your doctor about immunizations. We will be telling you about a particular immunization schedule that works for young ladies, even young boys. And to a particular age, we have Dr. Dia with us. I would just like to mention here, any queries you have, please start noting them down. Share the information that we bring to you today with family, friends, other people that you think will benefit from it. Definitely to the students. And I would love to brainstorm with any of you as to how we can carry forward this in the school. Not that we exit the building today and it has not been taken forward. So if you have ideas, maybe some brochures, simple brochures in the language you suggest. I saw such beautiful artwork in the school today, and I'd really like to put it out there that, ma'am, maybe the students can help us design some campaigns. And we, as an incentive, will have volunteer certificates ready for them. So I think that would be great. And if it's designed in the school here, we intend to circulate it everywhere. So that's just a proposal I'm putting out there to you. Moving forward, not all cancer is fatal. Why do we say that? Because when we talk about cervical cancer, it is represented by the color teal, and there's a very technical reason for it. The reason is that when this cancer is detected in certain tests, the lacerations appear to be teal in color. So that's why this is the color about it. And we have a tealathon also, which at some point we'll mention to you, and maybe, ma'am, the school can participate in the tealathon, which will come in April later. So moving forward to what we are going to talk about, this is the cervix of woman, and this is where this cancer occurs. But why have we requested for all staff members, male and female, to be a part of this? I'm going to let our technical expert, Dr. Ria, come forward and fill you in on all the details of how both men and women have to be aware. Please.
Good afternoon, everyone. So first, I will just do a little biology revision. I'm sure our science teachers don't need it, but just a little revision. So this is the entire female reproductive system. Those are the two ovaries. These tubes are the fallopian tubes. This entire part is the body of the uterus. This is the vaginal canal. And the part that we are concerned with today is this part, which is the opening of the body of the uterus. This is the cervix. There can be cancer in the entire female reproductive system, but today we are just talking about the cervix. So these are some statistics. This just shows the importance of these awareness sessions, of the screening, of the immunization. Every 8 minutes, one woman dies in India of cervical cancer. Every 8 minutes. So since we have started, there have already been women who have died of this disease because it has not been prevented or screened and caught early enough. Now these are some causes of cervical cancer. The main cause, which we are talking about here, is this virus called the human papillomavirus. So there are many strains of this virus. Like जैसे COVID virus पहले आया, फिर थोड़ी देर बाद वो दोबारा आया. So this was because there were multiple strains of it. So in the same way, HPV has multiple strains, almost 150 strains. जिसमें से some of them are completely harmless. Some of them your body's immune system will fight on its own, and there is no cause to worry about it. But there are about 4 strains which are called the oncogenic strains, which are attributed to causing cervical cancer as well as other cancers, like penile cancer, head and neck cancer, vulvar cancer, vaginal cancer, anal cancer, as well as genital warts. This is not cancerous, but it is a very troubling condition. So this is why we say that we need to inform all genders, because some of these cancers will happen in both genders. Cervical cancer will happen in women, but penile cancer will then happen in men. So this is why all genders need to be aware of this. This is the impact of human papillomavirus, about how many people worldwide are affected by it, how many HPV-related cancer deaths, as well as how many new HPV infections that happen. Now, this is something very important about HPV infection. As you can see, it says 1 to 20 years. This means that when HPV infection happens, it can take 20 years for it to become fully invasive cancer. So this is why we say that screening tests are so important. Because if we can catch the infection when it is just a low-grade lesion, before it has the chance to become invasive, then the treatment is also much less invasive and much more successful. So if someone who is 20 years of age, 22 years of age, gets HPV infection, they can develop cancer by the time that they are 40 years old. So we have 20 years almost to catch the cancer. So now this is the vaccination that is related to HPV. Like I said, there are many strains of it, and the vaccination is for these dangerous oncogenic strains. So the first vaccine that came out was Cervarix, which is not available on the market anymore. It was withdrawn because now there are better vaccinations, like Gardasil, the first one. That has 2 types. One is quadrivalent and one is monovalent, which means that this one will act on 4 strains of HPV and that one will act on 9 strains of HPV. And this is the schedule. So it starts as early as 9 years of age. It is the most effective in the younger age group because there is not as much exposure to HPV as someone who is older. So it will work better and create a better immune response in a younger age group. So for girls and boys aged 9 to 14, they just have to get 2 doses, 0 and then 6 months after the first dose. So this is recommended for boys as well because like I said, HPV can cause cancers in all genders, but also boys transmit it to girls. So a major cause of route of infection to the girls is through the boys. So this is something that both genders have to be responsible about and have both genders be vaccinated. However, the vaccination for boys is only recommended for 9 to 14 years. Uske baad ka, there is the data does not support it. But for women aged more than 15 years, up to 45 years, there are 3 doses, 0, then 1 month after the first dose, and then 6 months after the first dose. So this is 15 to 26 is the more effective age group. 26 to 45, you can still get it done, particularly if you fall in the high risk category. But this is something that you should consult your doctor about. This is again why HPV vaccination is recommended in men because they are carriers. And most men who get HPV will actually never have the symptoms. So they won't even get to know that they are carrying it or that they have an infection because there are no symptoms. So this is why it is recommended for men. Now this is the screening. Like I said, there can be up to 20 years between infection and cancer. So there is a lot of scope, a lot of time for the screening to happen. The first way that the screening happens is the pap test, which happens every 3 years. It can start at the age of 21 or whenever a girl gets married after that. So this 30 to 35, 30 years is like a generalized age, but it basically should start when a person becomes sexually active. This happens every 3 years. Then there's another test called the HPV DNA test. So this will detect if there is the DNA of the HPV virus in a person. So this basically detects if a person has been infected by HPV, even if there are no symptoms yet. This also is done every 5 to 10 years. If the pap test is normal, then it can be done after some more time. If the pap test is a little abnormal, then it is done a little more frequently. There is also self-sampling kits. They are not available in India yet, but it is more, it's like going to a doctor and getting a pap test done is more accurate than doing it in a self-sampling kit. So this just shows the procedure of the pap test. A speculum is inserted into the vaginal canal, and then there is a brush that looks like that, which is just scraped along the cervix. So there's no piece of tissue that is taken. It is only the cells that are on the surface of the cervix which are taken, put on a slide, and you just check that. So this will basically tell if there's any kind of abnormality in the cell, and depending on how much of an abnormality it is, then you might have to get a type of biopsy done of the cervix, or if it's normal, then you just repeat the pap smear every 3 to 5 years. This test is not painful. Like I said, no piece is taken. It's only the surface that is brushed. So it's not painful. It's just maybe a little uncomfortable, but in the long term, it is very worth it so that you know that you are healthy. So book your screening today. Now, these are some preventative measures specifically for cervical cancer. Earlier, it was just more generalized. These are specifically for cervical cancer. So the first is to practice safe sex and use contraceptives. Then to quit smoking, stay in shape, like we said. These are for your immune system. Limiting sex partners, that helps prevent the transmission of HPV. Keep an eye on the symptoms. So this is very important. Like we said, you have to be vigilant about it, and you have to know what is normal about your body so that you can tell what abnormal things are happening. If you don't pay attention, you won't know that there's something wrong. Then the family history. So this is more particular in ovarian cancer and breast cancer if the maternal side of the family has had history of any of these cancers. But even if there is history of cervical cancer, then that means that you should get your pap test done starting at an earlier age than someone who has no history. And consume food that nourishes the cervix. This is something I will tell you about in the next slide. The most important out here is HPV vaccination. Like we said, cervical cancer because of HPV is the only cancer that is preventable through a vaccination. There is no other like there are things that you can do to prevent cancer, but this is the only thing that is 100% preventable by vaccination. And then regular screening, the pap smears and the HPV DNA test, and then to strengthen the immune system. These are some foods that are good for the cervix. Your colorful diet comes into play where they say that you should eat every color of the rainbow, and that gives you all the micronutrients that you need for your immune system. Now these are some symptoms specifically of cervical cancer which are relevant if they last 6 weeks or more. Again, you have to know what is normal so that you can know that there is a shift of your normal habits. So the first is abnormal vaginal discharge, then loss of bladder control or change in your bowel or bladder habits, pelvic pain that is constant, pain during sex, this is very important symptom. If you have heavier or longer menstrual cycle that is causing you difficulty and is disrupting your routine. Now if there is abnormal bleeding between periods after sex or during menopause, especially during menopause, you should immediately get this checked out at your doctor. If there is discomfort while urinating, unexplained weight loss. If you are not doing anything to lose weight, like if you're not exercising, if you're not changing your diet, if you're just losing weight without doing anything about it, that is something that you should get checked out. If you have constant fatigue or neck pain, that is disrupting your daily activities, and you're not doing it, maybe you're not doing any exercise, so there's no cause for the pain or the fatigue, and that is also something that you should get checked out. Now these are just some our contact information. If anyone has any questions, please take it.
So please take it. Yeah. So I have a question. How many of you have daughters and children of the age that you were mentioning, boys or girls? Wow. And how many have been immunized for this?
You did ask grandmothers here.
And grandmothers. Yes.
I have children of the same age,
Oh,
grandchildren.
Grandchildren. So how many have been immunized for this? Only and
He's missing 2 hands here.
yes. So see, yes, absolutely. And then we have gone to organizations like yourself, and we have asked children, have you been immunized? And not one hand came up. Can you imagine how important it is to get this information out there? And why is it that important? Because it can be prevented, right? In the future, it can be prevented just by that vaccination. So just want to share some more information with you that we are going to be planning a screening camp very soon. And another school has also requested us that if we could think of a good package, we will think of the same for you. That is for screening. Because now if I'm looking at all the women here, I think, are we above 20? Right, I love that. But still, how many have started the screening process? Only one. And this is very, very important. Monal, do you get yourself screened?
Yes.
Both of us do. And right. And I want to assure you, it's not uncomfortable. Dia, have you been immunized?
Yes, I have. I got very young when that vaccination first came out. That's when I got all 3 doses. That time it was 3 doses for that age. Now the data has changed a little bit, but I have got all my immunizations done.
And was it uncomfortable?
No, it was just like any normal immunization, any normal vaccination, nothing special about it.
So I think, ma'am, very important information that needs to go down to the students as well. Because when we were interacting with students, one of the biggest factors that came to our notice was the students saying, शायद हमारी मम्मी को इसके बारे में पता नहीं है, हम उनसे बात कैसे करें, और शायद हमारे मम्मा ये वैक्सीनेशन नहीं लगवाएंगे बिकॉज उनको इन्फॉर्मेशन ही नहीं है और वो थोड़ा सा hesitant फील करते हैं, right? So such important information to go down to the students and for all of us where screening is concerned. Now, when we were at this last talk, something very beautiful again, our team member was mentioning. She says, हम birthdays पे कितना पैसा खर्चते हैं, and if we find कि ये screening expensive है, या vaccination expensive है, this is a great gift to give each other, you know. And you can request your husbands to do it for you. Why not? And or do it for your daughters or granddaughters, like ma'am was saying. But this is extremely important. Because again we are stressing on the fact it can be prevented, it can be cured. Imagine we have 20 years if we catch it. Imagine that. 20 साल. पर हम वो discomfort को ignore करते रहते हैं. It can build up to something way bigger, right? So like Dr. Diya said, any questions, she is here to handle all queries. Please feel free. And also there's information out here. Our numbers are with ma'am. If any of you want to reach out to us on a personal level, please feel free to do that. Because we do understand that sometimes you may not want to discuss something, but along with Dr. Diya, there are other gynecologists, senior gynecologists of Jalandhar that are also on board. So Dr. Diya and those doctors are always available to you. So please feel free to reach out to us. And of course, any questions, we are ready.
Just wanted to know, you have said that there is a leg pain, extra, no? So that is being found normally in everybody, those who are doing. So how we can detect whether it is the reason for that particular cancer or it is a normal? Like when you go to the doctor, they will say go for the physiotherapy and all. So how could we, differentiate it?
So in general, this symptom of leg pain and fatigue becomes relevant when it is combined with some of the other symptoms. If you have any of those other symptoms as well as leg pain, then you should think in this direction. Otherwise, like teachers are standing up for so much of the time, that can cause the leg pain. So if there are no other symptoms, then I would say it is like a doctor said, to physiotherapy or exercise or something. It is just like that.
And also, definitely screening is necessary for any. So why not? Go for screening.
Screening pap smears as well as mammographies, they should both be done every 3 to 5 years. And again, if there is family history of breast cancer, mammography screening also starts at a younger age than someone who has no history. Any other questions? Such a wonderful audience and for giving us the opportunity to have this talk, for inviting us here. Thank you.
Oh, please sit down. Lots of respect for this wonderful team who's traveled all the way from Jalandhar and come with us to enlighten us about cervical cancer. Then it was very, very informative. I'm so glad there were 2 hands. And we assure you we'll be those responsible women who love ourselves and get the pap smear and also the mammography done religiously along with our regular annual medical checkup. because we do everything else, but forget these. So we make sure that we add it in our list. So that's it. Yes, we would also let the children know about it. We'll have a session with them. Maybe the teachers can do it. We have 2 counselors in the school. Maybe they can take it forward, and we can definitely look into it and apprise them of the challenges and how we can manage it with the vaccination and the checkup which we talked about. So thank you very much, the subject expert, Anjali Lala, for actually connecting and making it realistic. Thank you, the Fulkari women. You know, they said, any questions? I said, why did you name your organization Fulkari? For me, it was appealing the tapestry. She said, that's the reason. The colorful tapestry, that is why it's Fulkari. So thank you so much. We have a wonderful group of educators here. They are fabulous, they are magical. They have that magic band in the classrooms. We're looking into the children and we are working a lot on AI. And we use AI as a tool for each one of us. We use it in our teaching as such. So I'm sure with the amount of talent they have, they can take this forward and they can definitely make sure that we take care of our children who are in the kind control and the parents, the trust with which they have put the children in school. I've already told you that we are from villages and we teach children from villages. 35 odd come from Jalandhar, but some from Pagwara and some are from the villages from where the children come. But then we are global educators. We are see some trumpets here again. I said I love to do trumpets. We're a Microsoft Showcase School. The only Microsoft Showcase School in Pagwara. In Jalandhar, we don't have a single Microsoft Showcase School. Why a Microsoft Showcase School? Because we use technology in a big way. Can we find that video? So, when the COVID started, we were the first school, we started with for this kind of session also. That too we got the news yesterday that we are for this kind of session also. So, because of them. They are the change agents, they are the change makers, they are the leaders in the classroom, the families. Proud of you, team.
It is connected. Yes. Not any